Well, you have here some living history, 37 years of Secretaries of State in the state of Washington. Bruce Chapman was appointed to fill the vacancy of former Secretary of State Lloyd Kramer in 1975, and since that time it's been Bruce, Ralph, and myself. I think what is particularly compelling about Kim's candidacy is that she served, actually for me, for 7 years as the manager of elections, hands-on, actually doing it and making it work.
I think competence and integrity are the watchwords for Secretary of State's position, and it needs, and independence, I think, would be another one, because it's an independently elected office. It's important that it not be under the thumb of anybody else's budget, anybody else's political agenda, and that the public have confidence in that.
I think the three watchwords for this office are integrity, experience, and fairness. And Kim demonstrates all three of those.
The process itself should be predictable and regular, and the less agitation about it, the better. And I think to have somebody of this competence and integrity to run for the office is great. It's a great good fortune for the public, and I'm certainly going to support her.
Probably the most important thing is proving to the public that you can be fair. And her work with both sides of the political aisle and all these other political groups. Sam's right on spot on with his other descriptions of her activities, but when it really boils down to it, you can't listen to the political parties, you can't listen to the pressure groups, you can't listen to the extremes, right, left, anybody. You've got to make a fair decision under the law, and Kim's demonstrated she knows how to do that. I'm an enthusiastic endorser of this way.
Back in 2001, when I ran for auditor for the first time, that was the first time I publicly, and here in Olympia it's very apropos to say, came out as a Republican, because this county is very Democratic leaning. When I step in the door every day to do my job, it is in the most nonpartisan manner possible, and it is doing the work of the citizens according to the law.
One of the things you would look for in any position is how are you regarded by your peers, and the fact that she has the support. How much support do you have already from
46 county auditors, and that's Democrats, Republicans, and independents.
And some formers, yeah.
And formers, yeah.
Right. So if you have that base of support, it says something about your...
I think another place where Kim's background comes in is her military family background. This is one of the big groups that we have to go out and really work with. Our military families that are moving here, coming here, and so forth. Kim's family background with military really adds up to making sure that can happen and understanding how to make that happen and so forth. So I think that would be a real asset for her.
Just, in fact, this is one of the underlying currents of my career. Has been in 1990 we were stationed in Germany. My husband and I, we were disenfranchised because they couldn't get a ballot to us in time. And you know, that pivotal moment where you realize something that I took for granted, a fundamental right, got taken away from me. And so when I got to be election supervisor, I had the opportunity to do things like create the email ballot program that we started in Thurston in the mid-90s that now is federal law. Now all counties across the country have to have the ability to email ballots to their service members because it buys you 2 to 3 weeks of travel time. So it's those kinds of innovations and just constantly, and I think you do it across all groups. We have a disabled, well actually advisory committee that helps us with accessibility, and that's from people with physical or cognitive disabilities to people who may have difficulty reading. And how do you reach the people that have language issues where their English is their second language, or maybe they don't speak it at all? How do you reach those groups so that they have the information to participate and be part of our democratic process?
Sure,
yeah.
sure. I don't think in the history of the state there's anybody who would bring such depth and breadth of qualifications as Kim Wyman.